This is Lady Rock with Blink Atlanta. I am with the beautiful Miss Lisa Nicole Cloud, and we are about to do an exclusive interview. Everybody want to know, who is Lisa Nicole?
Well, Lisa Nicole is a woman of God. Lisa is a woman who is very much into family. But Lisa is a woman that handles her business. You know, I have multiple businesses. Yes. I made my first million when I was in my early 30s. And now I'm just passionate about entrepreneurship. And I'm passionate about helping women have their breakthrough and just being a positive example for people. I began building my wealth in direct sales. I am a top earner in a company called 5 Links. And it just happened to happen that way. It wasn't like I planned to become a professional networker, but I found the right company at the right time, earned money from that, made a lot of money from that. And then I always studied wealth strategists, and wealth strategists say you don't own just one business, you own multiple businesses, and you invest in businesses. And so that's what prompted me to start other businesses like the Lisa Nicole Collection and the Elite Signature Group, and I have a media company. So I have a lot of irons in the fire. I've written a couple of books. Okay. Mastering the Art of Success. You know, one thing about success is it leaves clues. Right. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. You find people who are already successful. You study their strategies. You study their models, and you just duplicate it. I mean, even when I started the clothing line, I looked closely at a lot of top designers and the models that they employ to build their fashion empires, and Donna Karan was one that I studied. Right. Success for me is living on your own terms, doing what you want, when you want, because you want to, not having to answer to anybody else, and really feeling fulfilled in everything that you do. Right. I feel like a lot of people make a lot of money, but they're miserable doing it. They don't have a life. They don't enjoy the fruits of their labor. And I love the fact that I have a life where I do enjoy traveling. I do enjoy spending time with my kids and my husband. And, you know, it's all about balance. If at the end of the day you sacrifice all the things that are important, what's the point in having wealth? Now, let me just say, I think lots of people want to be in business for themselves, but honestly speaking, I think a lot of people play business. And when I say play business, I mean you're engaged in entrepreneurship, but your businesses are not profitable. You aren't watching the things that matter. You know, your profit margins, your product development, your revenue streams. You know, you aren't watching your business and doing all the important things, your contracts, your accounting, your books, all of that. And so my recommendation for anyone trying to start a business is first to figure out what you love doing. I really believe that if you do what you love, the money will follow. And then the second thing I would tell them is having your own business is the hardest thing you can do. You know, it requires a lot of time, a lot of discipline, a lot of resources. You'll never work as hard as you work when you work for yourself. And so just be prepared to work hard. Just know that anything worth having is not going to come quickly. You're going to have to put time into it. You're going to have to put patience into it. And you have to know that success is cyclical. It goes in cycles. Sometimes you're going to be up. Sometimes you're going to be down, and even when you're in those down phases, keep pushing. Never ever give up, and never ever quit on your dreams.
Fashion is dear to my heart, and that goes with your passion.
I love fashion.
Wow, 3 different lines. So
wow, the Lisa Nicole Collection is really a lifestyle brand. Okay. We started off in women's apparel and accessories. We'll move into other things, household items, things of that nature.
Wow.
But right now, we're focused on women's apparel and accessories. And my husband is actually developing a line for men. People are always saying, what about the men? So awesome. You'll see that in 2015, a line of dress shirts and cufflinks and ties and bow ties. But what I would tell you as it relates to fashion is I love it. You know, I think dressing for success is very important. I think first impressions are lasting impressions. Right. And a lot of times the way we show up, we don't realize what first impression we're leaving with people. And people can only take you as serious in business as you take yourself. So that was one of the reasons why, from being a businesswoman, you know, I parlayed it into the fashion industry, because I think dressing for success is important.
Like every single day, what motivates you to still
Do 5 links?
Yes.
You know, people ask me that all the time because, of course, I've been in direct sales for 10 years. I could definitely be retired, but the one thing that you get in direct sales is you get an opportunity to touch people's lives in a very special way. I mean, I've helped people become financially free. In 10 years, I've helped 14 people become documented millionaires through direct sales. So for me, that's so fulfilling. I love teaching people entrepreneurship through the direct sales model, but also helping them grow as a person. I mean, it's sad if your bank account grows, but you don't grow as a person. So I love direct sales. No matter how successful I become in all my other businesses, I will always do direct sales. People ask me all the time what made me decide to do reality TV, because it is such a crazy world. Well, you know, the networks give people what they seem to ask for, and people respond to the drama. It's like the world has an insatiable appetite for drama. And I stay true to who Lisa Nicole is as a professional woman, and I try to be transparent. You know, my life is not perfect. You know, I shared things like what was going on medically with the cancer scare. You know, I didn't expect that, but when you sign up for reality TV, you sign up for sharing your life with the world, and so I shared that experience. You know, it has a lot to do with your team. You know, you surround yourself with the right people. You know, I have an incredible COO. I also have great business managers that run the different companies. You know, I set the vision for the companies, and I have great people to execute. And that's very, very important. And I never, ever forget the most important thing, and that's to give God the credit for all of this, because without Him, none of this would be possible. And I know my life is what it is because of His favor. And, you know, my children are first and foremost. So, and my husband, you know, we live our life in a way that's as the Bible instructs. For me, when I worked a job, it was an acronym for just over broke. I mean, I was making a living, I was getting by, but I wasn't achieving my financial goals and dreams. I wasn't paying off debt. I wasn't living in my dream home or driving my dream car, but I was just getting by. And so I knew that wealthy people, that's not their lifestyle. And here's one of the early lessons I learned. Wealthy people don't work for other people. Wealthy people work for themselves. And I learned that lesson very early. Now, at the time that I was in corporate America, I didn't have a lot of capital. I didn't have a lot of resources. So I had to come up with a way to become an entrepreneur that didn't require a huge capital investment. And that's how I ended up in direct sales. And I thought in direct sales, if I could make a few $100s to a few $1,000s, that would be fine. But it just turned out that I made a lot more. It's one of the few businesses where ordinary people can become extraordinary if they apply principles like hunger, desire, work ethic, finding a good role model, just duplicating their success, being coachable. All of these things are what it takes to become successful in business. So direct sales worked for me. For that person that's out there right now, I would just say, you know, figure out what you love doing. Once you figure out what you love doing, find someone who's already doing it and just duplicate their success strategy. And, you know, don't plan your future based on working for someone for 30 or 40 years and then retiring. Because we all know that that method doesn't work. How many people do you see working at Walmart that after they retired, they had to go back to work to get a job to greet people? You know, that 30-30-30 plan where you work, well, it's really the 40-40 plan. You work for 40 years, you work 40 hours a week to retire to 40% of your income, and that does not work. So whatever you got to do, figure out a model to become employed for yourself. People are going to come into your life for a reason, a season, and a lifetime. And your job is to figure out which type of person this is. Are they here for a reason? And if they are here for a reason, make sure that it's mutually beneficial. If they're getting from you, then you make sure you're getting what you need from their presence in your life. You know, the higher the levels, the higher the devils. That is definitely the case. And you have to learn how to have that discerning spirit, learn how to realize who's there for a for selfish reasons, to further their own agenda, and get those people out of your space. I mean, I've had to clear house many a times because the environment became toxic, and I don't do well in toxic environments at all. You know, I like it to be positive. I like it to be drama-free, you know, because it's hard to grow in an environment where people are trying to hold you down, or they're talking, you know, they're smiling in your face, but they're saying negative, and a lot of times those people are on your inner camp, and you have to learn how to figure out who's for you, you know, and it doesn't take much to know, you have that gift, especially as women. We know with our spirit when something isn't right. And so not being afraid to trust your intuition, and, you know, always leaving on positive terms. You know, you never want to burn bridges, and you always want, you know, to wish people well, and I always wish people that work for me well. I also believe that as an employer, my job is not to just employ people, but it's to empower people. And so sometimes the season ends and people need to go on, they need to continue their growth. They're not growing with me, and they're not growing with their own self, and it's time for them to move on, and that's okay. Another thing is, I just tell people all the time, let your haters be your motivators. All the people that are saying, no, you can't do it, that are saying you're not doing it right, don't listen to that negative talk. You know that you're on the right track. You know what God has put in your heart, and that God is ordering your steps, and you just have to walk in your divine purpose. Link Atlanta, something to share with you. Atlanta is a very progressive city. It's a city of movers and shakers. It's also a city where people talk a big game. You know, what I would tell you is differentiate yourself from the masses. Don't be a person that just talks the talk. Be a person that walks the walk. You know, live your life with purpose, passion, and power. And don't let anybody tell you it's not possible. My mantra in life is live your dreams. It's possible. You can do anything you want to do if you put your mind to it and you surround yourself with the right people. So leave the pretenders alone and surround yourself with the people who are really making power moves in Atlanta. Something that no one knows about me. I'm a practical jokester. Really? I am. There's a side of Lisa Nicole that's very silly. I like to laugh. You know, don't be surprised if you work for me, if, you know, you end up with some fried crickets in your food or something like that. I mean, I just love laughing, and my kids are the same way. But, you know, life is short. You have to enjoy every day, and you have to live it to the fullest. And I just like to smile and have a good time, and at the same time make money. Well, Lisa Nicole Collection is going to be hosting a show on August the 8th in collaboration with Luxury Lifestyle. This is an event series where the Atlanta players, the movers and shakers, come out to network, socialize, you know, make real business connections, and at the same time we're doing a Fashion for a Cause fashion show. One of the things that I know is that in order to be blessed, you have to be a blessing to other people. fashionforacause.com, and you will get information about the upcoming event on August the 8th. We are doing this in collaboration with MedShare, which is one of the most amazing nonprofit organizations out there. They help individuals who are putting together medical mission trips. We're sending over $200,000 in medical supplies to Haiti. And we're also working with the Consul General Haiti, Gandhi Thomas. And he is working very closely with us. Hey, the fashion tips for the upcoming season, you can look for hues of oranges and reds, of course, ivories in the fall, the deep burnt burgundy colors, the orange colors. You'll see a lot of that in the collection. In our collection in the fall, you're going to see a lot of suits, you know, very nice pantsuits and jackets, and dresses, of course. And, you know, all I can say is be you, you know, be who you are. Don't try to emulate someone. You know, everybody has different body shapes. and be comfortable in your skin and find clothes that complement and accentuate your curves. One thing about the Lisa Nicole collection is we use fabrics that are very forgiving. So we can make a woman that's a size 2 look good, and we can make a woman that's a size 16 look good. You know, we cover the full range. So if you want to follow the collection, go to LisaNicoleCollection.com, LisaNicoleCollection.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. You can join our list, and that way we'll send you all the upcoming events that we're going to be doing. If you want to follow me as a businesswoman, as a media personality, go to LisaNicoleCloud.com, and again, you can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Also, some of the other brands like the Women's Empowerment Network, that conference is coming up again in October. It's going to be a great year for the rest of the year and 2015. So follow me, stay connected with me. It's all about living your dreams and doing it in a very balanced and full way.
This is Lady Rock with Blink Atlanta. I am sitting with the beautiful Lisa Nicole Cloud. Please tune in to us.